Welcome to BAKTalk. All right, so episode 4, Dying of Thirst. You ready?
I'm ready. Of course.
All right. I loved love till it resented me, and if it's still stronger... Oh, sorry, start again. I loved love till it resented me, and if it's still a stranger, then I love who it pretends to be. Who said it?
Is that James Baldwin?
No, it's a rapper.
Man, I see you peeking at the phone.
I can't see it.
Rapper.
It's Rev Run, you said?
No, I was saying it's a rapper, so I'm trying to think of...
Who said it? Who said it?
Say it again for me.
I'll give you a clue.
No, say it again.
Oh, okay.
Joe Budden.
He's looking at my phone, so he cheated.
It was Joe Budden.
So the quote was, I loved love till it resented me, and if it's still a stranger, then I love who it pretends to be.
Hold on.
I ain't even know Joe Budden was rapping like that, to be honest.
Are you kidding?
Really? Kill yourself.
Somebody need to put me on with some Joe Budden, because I thought he was trash.
Broken Wings?
I don't know what the hell song it was. I just know he said it.
Can we look up the song reference? To that?
I just want you to know. Okay, you know what? Sorry, listeners. I need to see what song it was a part of.
All right, we all over the place right now. First off, thank y'all for listening. This is episode 4. We back after a little minute.
Yes.
Of course, you got your boy. It's your boy Rhea Ban.
It's your girl Kay.
It's your boy C. Rich.
We got a new crew member on the end. Shout out, say what's up to the people, man.
Yo, how y'all doing, man? It's your boy Dro.
This nigga voice just...
It's my boy, you know what I'm saying? Man. I just met some new family, man. So I'm happy to be here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. And Jero is one of the first 4 of the original BAKTalk.
I just been lazy, busy.
He's here now, though.
I'm here
patrolling.
You gonna edit
Not
that
in
out.
these streets, boy.
He been trolling. That's funny.
But yeah, man, we back for the 4th show. Of course, we've been MIA for like 3 weeks now, and I
know we took a little break, but we had to make sure we was right for y'all.
It's really K's fault.
What?
Out on vacations
They will
and
blame
shit.
the female.
Kay is taking retreats.
Yeah.
Listen, I
She
had to
said,
get
"Fuck
my energy
BAKTalk."
right for y'all,
Right.
for all of us.
And you were in Brooks, Georgia.
Yeah, I think it's called Brooks. Yeah.
Brooks, that's what it is.
It looked like you was at
I
the
ain't
beach
never
to
heard of
me.
it.
Oh, okay.
At the beach. No, I was on a farm at a ranch. It was actually CeeLo's ranch, but yeah, it was like farmland.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I thought I
Did
saw
you
some
meet him?
water.
No.
I ain't see no water or nothing.
I was
YG.
just looking so like in the breeze that you thought I was by the water.
Like, how far is it? How far is it from Atlanta?
Not far. Like past the airport was like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it wasn't too far. But yeah, it was really great. But so Ray, you told them we have a new person, but you didn't have him introduce himself.
He did. He said
Where
he was
from?
Jerome.
Why is he here? Why
Jerome, can you tell the people where you from? Like, we got
Why do
another
we care about what you
Georgia
gotta
resident here.
True that.
By way of New York.
Boo.
By way of Florida. I don't know. This nigga from all over the place.
Yo, I mean, everybody joking around, but I'm really from Brooklyn. Like, I was born in Brooklyn.
Here we go.
I was born there. But I was raised in Decatur, where it's greater. Like, so much respect to, the North and the South, man.
When did you leave the North though? Were you a 2-year-old?
See, we not even we not even about to talk about that. Just know that I have some Brooklyn in me, and
False
I got
claiming and shit.
some Georgia, Decatur.
Got some of everything.
In my jeans, you feel
everything.
me?
Okay.
Got you.
Right,
But you rep Decatur.
I do rep
You
Decatur.
a Georgia boy.
Somewhat.
You don't want to
Go
let
ahead.
the rock.
Best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to let New York go. I got you.
I can't.
I don't know
Okay.
why. Shit, I would. Shit.
All right, sorry. I just want people to know who he was. So what you was saying, all right?
No, I was just, he's actually from Decatur. I don't know where this New York stuff comes
I
from.
don't know
He's
about
from
that either.
Decatur.
All right.
And Chris, you from the east side or the south?
I'm from Cali.
We already know about Chris. We know about us already.
No, I can't remember because
he's still in
yeah, Chris. Bro, can you tell the people first of all, because we all in Atlanta, and recently Atlanta been going through their little problems with traffic and shit. You seen first of all, you seen 85 blow up. We seen 20 collapse, and then now we had a damn fire on the MARTA. So I mean, do y'all feel like Atlanta's becoming overpopulated?
I feel like it's a
hell
conspiracy.
yeah. It's been overpopulated.
Yeah.
It's been overpopulated. You can't get nowhere without going through some traffic. Like, you really have to game plan for that. Like, if it take you 30 minutes to get somewhere, you might as well add another 30 minutes on there for the traffic.
Basically.
Nowhere.
Is that why you late every day?
Oh man, shit. It might be shit.
Okay.
That's
Nah, but I feel you because they just built the stadium over there where we stay at
Ridiculous.
now, and that shit traffic just been fucking ridiculous for 3-4 weeks now, and I'm ready to go, bro. To be honest,
You trying to leave
Yeah.
Atlanta?
I'm trying to
because
leave
of the-
Atlanta.
You can't just
Everybody
tough it
coming
out?
here like people think this is the land of opportunity.
It's
like,
not though. It's really not.
What you mean? Speak on it. Why is it not?
I mean, it is if you come here with an entrepreneur mindset, then you can do something here. But if you're coming here and you're looking for a job,
or a handout.
Or a
like people got
handout.
mindsets like it's about to be that easy.
nah,
It's
it's
not.
not.
Well, that
'Cause
makes
you got-
then it still is a land of opportunity because you only gonna get opportunity if you seek it, right?
Yeah.
And
For
y'all
the most
saying if
part.
you seek
So-
it, then you could get it.
So where do you feel like you would get a handout from? Like which city?
What do you mean?
Giving out handouts.
Where you want to go, right?
I'm
I
just saying.
mean, what you mean? I didn't say that.
I
Seabridge said that.
I feel like
You
people
just
come here and feel like
said
it's a handout.
this is not the land of opportunity because you can't get a handout.
No, I said you can't get a job here.
Oh.
I said you
He
can't
said
get a
handout. See
Okay,
what you
well, see,
elaborate
Rich.
on.
What you mean? Where can I go?
Yeah,
I don't know. Shit.
You want a handout though?
No, I don't want one. I'm just saying people come here with that mindset, feeling like it is.
You mean rappers?
Hey,
You wanna
anybody,
be a rapper.
Anybody.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of the money being spent though for like these roads and stuff is wasted because I kind of got some inside scoop into like
here
all
this
that
nigga go,
construction that be
man.
going on in Atlanta.
Come with it,
You know
Drew.
why?
What happened?
You know why all that crap is going on? Because
Because
they
the government is about to.
They making bike lanes.
they making bike lanes, brother.
They're making bike lanes.
Yes, brother.
Bike lane.
What does that got?
Yes.
Wait, all of this is for bikes?
All for bikes downtown in downtown Atlanta.
So
Most of that
they collapsed the freeway to make bike lanes
See,
on
I
the
can't
freeway.
really speak on that, but all that other stuff going on in downtown, midtown area, man.
Excuse me, family. We haven't seen Jerome in almost a month
I'm
or
gonna need some
so,
insights on
and
this.
apparently he's
Because
picked
of
up new
traffic.
habits.
I've been
He's
trying
on the
to get
pipe
here, but
now.
I've been stuck
I don't
in
know what
traffic
this
for about
nigga
a
is
month,
talking.
man.
Okay, okay.
That's it.
That's where he been this whole time.
'cause
Stuck in
I've been on
traffic.
20.
You, oh, you was under 85 with the other brother smoking
Man.
Oh my god.
smoking on that pipe, but
Allegedly.
But you talking about all the like? Okay, so C Rich, I know you biased because you from here, right?
Mhm.
So you said Atlanta's overpopulated because everybody's coming here, but we the transplants are what's making Atlanta great.
Speak on that. Speak on that.
Please elaborate.
Transplants.
Speak on that.
Elaborate more.
I mean, I feel like a lot of companies have brought, their
Yeah.
corporate headquarters here. A lot of Floridians have brought
Which
their
are
greatness
bringing
here.
more jobs, more people. It's
Right,
just in
which
return
means more
overpopulating Atlanta.
But that also means more money, more
Yeah,
opportunity.
but I can't get to where I want to go. I can't go grocery shopping. I
Why
can't
you-
go to the mall.
You could get Uber.
Them Uber drivers can't drive. That's half of the problem because half of the people want to be an Uber driver on 285 and 20.
You're right. It is
That's
mad
half of the
Ubers
issue
on the
right
road.
there.
Shout out to Uber. All right. Well, yeah. So I'm sure y'all who are listening who live in Atlanta feel our pain. Like, I mean, I guess for me, I'm used to it. I just plan, an extra 30, like you said, on my trip, wherever I'm trying to go.
Still don't work.
Maybe you're just not getting up in time.
I get up in time enough.
So
These
why
folks
we
don't
on
know how to
time
drive.
and you not?
I be on time. I was on time today. What y'all talking about?
No,
I was here 30 minutes
I'm
early.
talking about in life. I heard Ray said something about you being late all the time.
Oh, I'm
I don't know.
always. I'm
Nah,
always,
he-
I'm
no, no,
very
no, he's-
punctual.
he's-
Come on now.
We
Very
know
punctual.
he's punctual from his other
work
affiliations.
standpoints, work standpoints, and
Yeah.
everything. I'm always on time.
They're
Yeah.
trying to back.
Not on time. I'm early because you're on time. You late. So I mean,
We don't believe you, but okay.
A true gospel right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, do y'all think it's the whole fire thing, right? I hear that people don't believe that a crackhead did it. Like, people feel like it was a conspiracy. It was some government stuff. It may have been like a terrorist.
hey, who bonded him out?
Bonded?
know?
Somebody he bonded out.
He bonded.
Yeah.
I thought he went to jail.
I thought they bonded him out.
See, we don't even know. That's how the government confuse you. We don't know what's going on.
He's not in jail no more.
I don't know. All I know is I remember when we originally did the story. I think that was like our first or second episode, and we kind of glanced over it, but there was also a law that was passed through the House at that time to have firearms allowed on campus
Hey,
in the midst of all that. So, and that was kind of snuck.
goes into in effect July 1st. I just received an email because I'm a Georgia State student.
So
Wait, run that back?
that was that. Yeah. So during
I'ma have mine.
when the big collapse happened in the fire on 85,
Right.
there was a law passed through the House to allow firearms on school campus.
So are
Really?
you
On
saying
public school
that
campuses.
that fire kind of was a distraction?
it was
to
it was
passing that
clearly
law?
a distraction. I mean, in
Wow.
retrospect, like they have a lot. You got to understand, man. Like things like how does a freeway just blow up like off of a fire?
They did
though?
it so neatly. You know what I'm saying?
And it was neat. It was like a demolition. So, and then how were they able to get the traffic, controlled in that situation
It was
before?
very
it was
contained.
That shit is crazy.
it didn't add up to me. So it is what it is, man. You know what's going on with Donald Trump in office. And
Oh, Lord.
Man.
I apologize. We have we have a no
We're not
politics
gonna
zone
take it
today. We're not going to take it there, but nah.
It's still fucked
Now, I
up,
got
though.
some concerns, though, some serious concerns, because on the news, it was also shown, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but a truck, I can't remember what it had in the truck, but it flipped right there on 85.
What?
Yeah, I think it had some, like, waste, some type of nuclear waste, something like that, something crazy like that. But in the video, you could see a car purposely like get in front of the truck on the highway and makes the truck flip. You know what I'm saying? And then just drives away. So that looked really suspicious. And then a couple weeks ago, there's a dude went into some building in Atlanta, and he had red mercury in a suitcase.
That was the same day as the fire, actually.
That was
Yeah.
so that
That's
makes
why
me
it
think.
seemed right.
And you know what red mercury is used for, right?
Bombs, right?
Nuclear bombs. So
Right.
it's like, why
I'm
is it
shook.
Literally
in
the
Atlanta?
same day. 'Cause
I'm
look,
shook.
I was on the MARTA train, and literally, like, we went through the smoke before it was on the news. So I'm Googling like Georgia fire. And what did come up was hazmat and red mercury. So I'm like, well, damn, is it related? So then 10 minutes later, it was on the news as far as a collapse. I'm like, but it just said red mercury. So I'm thinking they were related, but maybe not. I don't know.
So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in
I'm
Atlanta.
shook.
right
That's
now.
all I know.
You
Y'all better stay
should.
woke.
You prepared for this.
But y'all
I
need
mean,
to
I'm
come on.
prepared, but shit.
But not us.
No,
Why you looking at me,
y'all
nigga?
talking
we need-
damn a bomb.
Nah.
Hey,
They
y'all
tryna
go ahead,
the
come
hell
on
out that
down
shit.
here.
Damn.
Yeah. So what's else going on besides 85 being in shambles and Atlanta being
Shit.
overpopulated?
So I mean, I think we all we touch on. It seems like we now touch on LeVar Ball every week.
Yeah. You making moves.
He's making moves out here. Big baller brand. I'm gonna go buy me not the shoes because the shoes is trash, but I'm gonna try to buy a t-shirt soon. Even though I really don't even like the brand.
Why do you want to buy a t-shirt?
Just to support.
Just to support.
Because it's a
mad
black man
support.
doing his thing.
Yeah, and he's doing what we supposed to be doing. Actually,
Yeah.
he's empowering himself and his family.
Oh wait, but no. Let's run it back because when we talked about this,
Right.
Y'all try to make it seem like he was.
See,
doing
now
too
Kay's
much.
doing her
My what?
her common female tactics.
Want to go all the way back to some old
Want to
shit.
go back to some old shit you
Man, I know,
said.
man. I
Words
know.
mean things and facts.
Nah, nigga, remember in '89? No, we not doing that. No.
You see how they do, but I'm gonna hold it down regardless. So what I was saying was,
Okay.
in the episode we discussed LeVar Ball, and I was like, I felt like he was doing the right thing because if it was any other like white guy passing out something to his son, nobody would be mad at the money he was
That's a
demanding.
little different argument, though. That's a different argument. I know
How
what
is
you're
it?
saying.
But no, but you said y'all was like kind of sort of against it, and I'm like, why? And now that he did it himself, you like, oh, I want a t-shirt. Like dudes don't want to jump on a train until it's moving.
No.
That's why.
No. First
Yo,
of
I
all,
can't speak on that.
the conversation,
I wasn't there.
where you took it was, why is it that, if a white person were to pass a business down to his family or use his clout to get a position in corporate, that's different than what he's doing. He's building from the ground up. Like it's
So
not.
you're
Ain't no,
happy about
ain't no
that.
passing on.
It ain't no passing on. He's trying to create something to pass on.
Right.
But
So
I
why
thought
were
his-
y'all against it before?
But did his dad start that?
Yeah, his father
His dad
started.
started it, right?
Yeah.
And if I recall, I told y'all I would be doing the same thing. That I
Yeah,
not?
you did say that. I was the
yeah.
only one that was
Yeah.
completely against him because when he first came out, it was like he was just saying crazy shit.
So how you
Like
feel now?
right now, I support what he's doing. Like I really
Yeah,
do.
I feel like the
now.
media
I really do.
tried their best to
Because when
to
he first
smear him.
came out, it was more about what he was saying, not what he was
Right,
doing.
he was saying some outlandish
He
shit.
out here making moves. Like I support that.
But you see what his strategy was? He got y'all to talk about him.
That's it.
He lit the fire.
That's
Yeah,
how
he
he
was
wanted.
genius.
Smart. He was smart.
Exactly.
He did the right thing. So
Exactly.
Yeah, he's smart.
Okay.
I ain't gonna buy them $400 shoes, but
at all,
$495.
$495.
But I kind of understand where he's coming from as a marketing standpoint, because I mean that's what Kanye was doing. Even though it was Kanye,
See, and this
But-
is why I'm mad at Kanye.
but see what he's trying to do with his shoe is put value on his shoe. You
Right,
don't want it to be
right.
like a Stephon Marbury shoe where you like
Why you-
it's out here in TJ Maxx and
Shaqs,
Ross Shaqs. You feel me?
Yeah.
Trying to put value in his shoe, which I understand that. Nobody might not buy it, but
Right.
How is he putting value in the shoe though?
by
Talking
by
shit.
putting a higher price tag on it, you're giving an value. When people perceive things
Yeah.
That price
based
point.
on the price point,
I got you.
if you make it $500 off top, they're gonna be interested
It's
on
an
it no matter
exclusive
what.
feeling to
You
it.
remember like when Nipsey did his campaign for $100 a CD, and then he did 1,000. The next time around, still sold crazy units. Like there's something in our mind where we place a value on things based on money. So I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's doing the right
Yeah,
thing.
I ain't
it's gonna
slandering him.
last,
I
though?
supported that.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna last.
I feel like
If his son plays well, it'll last.
I feel like
it'll
it's gonna be a
something.
wave. You're gonna start seeing people actually buying.
You'll
the
see
shoes.
kids
Yeah.
come because look,
His
I don't
price
like
point's
the
gonna
clothes.
definitely go down though.
Just a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
they will
Yeah.
eventually. But I don't even like the clothes. It's more so if you look at the branding that he used on the shoe, like the secret little
And
symbols he put in there.
I seen on IG where they had if it was a Nike shoe or Under Armour.
Right.
They was
He
all
left it
like
blank for
legit.
him, like-
and one of them looked like a Kobe shoe. I'm like, wow, like
right.
okay.
So it looks like what he's doing in his mind is like, y'all can look, y'all see what I'm doing with this without y'all. Put y'all logo on the side of my shoe and see what happens. And that's what it looks like. It's like a blank canvas for
So
anybody
you
to come
saying
and do
this time
something
next
with.
year I'm gonna see
Yeah.
all of y'all rocking these
You're not gonna see me.
Well,
with
first of
my
all, I
black
don't
one.
hoop, so I will not be wearing those.
But I thought you do hoop.
I don't.
Oh, so you don't hoop.
But if you want to take to the court, we can. You feel me?
But you don't hoop. Though.
Wait.
It don't matter.
Wait, guys have to be playing basketball to wear basketball shoes?
Nah, I'm wearing. Well, no, I'm not. I'm wearing running shoes right now.
When did this happen?
I mean, if you wearing some shoes like that, then yeah. I mean, you
I
ain't
mean,
about
yeah, those ain't
to-
fashion
shit,
shoes.
I ain't about to just
Oh.
rocking with some jeans.
I'm not a sneaker
I'm not
chick, so I
taking
don't
no
know.
$500 pair of shoes to the court though. Not happening.
So Jerome, where would you wear a $495 pair of shoes?
Probably like the Houston's, Lennox, start on some people real
Ooh.
quick.
Not Lennox. Here you go.
Perimeter Mall. Might go to
Okay.
Perimeter Mall.
Perimeter Mall,
Hey, bro.
That's like Phipps level.
Phipps
me.
Plaza.
Right.
Yeah,
Damn.
man.
Okay.
but yeah, I'm fucking with the movement, man. He got
Yeah,
my
I can
support. Shout out to
respect
LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
He's doing the right thing for his kids, man.
True. We need more fathers like that. Definitely.
Definitely.
More
Respect the hustle.
leaders like that. What you mean?
Hmm?
He said more followers like that. I said we need more leaders like that.
Dive deeper. Can we talk about? Yeah, I saw you on IG the other day,
Lord, what did I do?
and you had something to say in regards to men who wanted to
Link up
as
versus take a
opposed.
date?
And I know this not connected for y'all right now, but I want Kay to
Always put
elaborate.
me on the spot. Okay, so what Sean is referring to? Shout out to my girl Sierra. She put something on IG, and
You
it's
know
like,
Sierra?
That's not the Sierra I'm talking about. So,
Sierra Miss?
You see how dudes just interrupt?
Go
Can I have-
ahead.
Thank you. Okay. So my friend Sierra posted something. It says like dating in 2017. I really want to get to know you. Me. Okay, plan something to let me know. 2 weeks later, when you gonna let me see you? And then it has like a meme with Beyonce with the confused face and like 1,000 question marks. So I was saying that, I feel like that's just how dudes are. Like, dudes are lazy. They want to, like, link up. And now, disclaimer, because y'all act like I be speaking for every man that ever walked Earth.
Yeah, please place those disclaimers on there.
Not
We need
every
those.
single man, but the general consensus, the average, I wish I could see how serious is looking at me right now. Like he about to light me up. The average dude, like that's how they operate. Like it's like dudes, like some people call it courting. Like they don't court females anymore. They don't put in the effort. They send you a text versus a phone call, or they just kind of put like a filler out there. They don't really like say, hey, I like you, I want to get to know you, and come to you with a game plan. Like it's just kind of like, well, I'm gonna put something out there and see if she bite, and then if she does bite, y'all still don't make any like effort. It's like, okay, so you let me know what you want to do. No, tell me what time to be ready. Tell me where we going, and let me just follow. Like y'all wonder why we don't let y'all lead, and y'all don't start off leading.
No, I'm gonna.
You going
pause.
first?
No, brother, you go ahead. Go first.
Jerome got something to say.
All right,
got something to say.
So we talking about the male. We feel
Not
like
taking initiative,
not taking initiative.
leaving it on us.
Well, a lot of times, for what goes on in this generation, I feel like a lot of males are walking on eggshells. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to
So you
approaching.
scared? Okay.
I wouldn't say scared, but discouraged. We are very discouraged to making moves like that or coming off so strong.
Why?
Just because
Well,
how
shit,
this
it's a lot
generation.
of it's a lot of
Let
reasons.
Jerome elaborate.
Okay, go ahead. My bad, brother.
Right.
I'm gonna let the other
Y'all
brothers.
gonna all speak, but yeah.
But yeah, we feel a lot of discouragement to go up to a female and say, "Hey, I'm taking you out. Be ready by 8:00 on Friday."
Because then you label thirsty.
Apparently, that's street harassment nowadays.
Thirsty, sexual
thing.
assault, everything. All of it.
So let's
Come
not.
on now. I
Now
don't need-
it's real women out there though. It is
Right.
real women out there that would appreciate that. But
Right.
of course, because I'm not even gonna say the majority of females, but how a lot of these females, especially down here in Atlanta, how a lot of them are, you can't come like that. Like I know a lot
So
of them.
how do you have to come?
ignorant?
Like what I said, like
ignorant.
ignorant.
You come up to
Gosh.
you come up to these girls or these women down here on some real ignorant stuff. They like that.
They don't want no gentleman.
They don't
That's a
want the
whole
gentleman
nother
type no
episode.
more. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Hey, black vest.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, gold chain. Hey.
Please excuse Ray,
That
his
shit-
impersonating of the ignorant set.
I'm just saying.
Ensues. All right,
I'm-
see, Rich, like he had something to say, or Ray Ban. I want to hear everybody's point of view before I light y'all up. Go ahead.
Okay, number one, when you talking about how a girl, like, okay, she's saying like he hit me up or whatever, but he ain't really making no serious move. I feel like it's how the girl presents herself.
Speak on
you
that.
putting it back
Speak
them.
on that, brother.
Okay.
A lot of girls nowadays, they don't come like presenting themselves at a higher standard. So a guy's gonna talk to you how you present yourself. So if you like easy going or whatever, or they feel like they can just really just smash and keep it going, then of course they ain't gonna put no work in it.
So
They just gonna hit you up and be like, hey, you trying to, when we gonna chill, when we gonna do whatever, because that's all they're interested in. They're not interested in really trying to get to know you like that.
that makes sense, right?
Nah, we not going down the line. I'll run this. So I'm gonna allow you to go. I'm allow, like you said, you want leadership. I'm allowing you to go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Speak on what you were speaking on.
So I feel what C. Rich
You
is
see how that
saying.
just worked, fellas? This is what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut you off. That's leadership right there, one-on-one. You let her feel like you're giving her an option to let her feel like you're giving her an option and let
I
take
hope I
control of
carefully
that. Go
light
ahead.
his ass up later.
Go ahead.
So anyway, okay, Jerome said his point was because men feel like they're walking on eggshells and that they're discouraged. So you sound like you just fearful because of like previous interactions with women. Like maybe discouraged to me sounds like there was an interaction, it made you feel away, so now that's not how you want to proceed forward. Am I right?
Yeah, you don't want to push too hard. You don't want to give 100% like how real women would expect a man to behave.
Right.
Just because of probably past situations.
Right. But do you know, like, you wouldn't want a woman to treat you like any type of way because of how she had a previous experience, right? So just because you didn't put in effort with the past chick don't mean you should come to me like that. And then with C. Rich's explanation, he said, okay, maybe he's just trying to like smash and pass. So I get that, but you're trying to tell me.
Finish the rest. It's how the girl presents herself as well.
Well, they heard you, my bad. And how she presents herself.
That's key.
So like I said, I can only speak on my own experiences, and I don't think there's any guy that has ever met me that would say that I came off like someone he could just smash. Usually, it's like the complete opposite.
Or the environment in which y'all met.
Right. So let's put this in context. I'm not saying like, oh, if you walking down the street, you walk up to me like, hey girl, I'm picking you up tomorrow, you better be ready. And did like, no, like you've established some type of communication. It's been established that we're feeling each other. Now we're at the point of, okay, let's see each other. To me, you've already gotten to fill me out, see how I am, what respect level you should have, and what you want from me. So why are we still at this whole when we go link up playing it back and forth? Are you saying it's because of his intentions?
It could be, or he might not be feeling that girl that much.
So
really in my generation, I'm not even gonna lie, most guys in my age, like, they not trying to settle down. Ain't nobody trying to really get to know you at the end of the day.
So
okay, hold on.
Women aren't trying to settle down either.
Exactly, and that's another point.
And it's a game played the whole back and forth. Like, ain't nobody really finna go and commit fully 100% to do something.
Everybody walking on eggshells.
Oh man,
that's where it go back to. You know,
I can really break this down from a psychological standpoint.
I can too. But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, brother.
We'll stick to this on because that's gonna go into our main topic. By the way,
okay.
Today's show is called "Dying of Thirst."
Dying of thirst.
Are we attention deprived? And basically, my opinion on this, and you saw my IG post. Mm-hmm. Basically, man, we do have a lot of followers, but that goes both ways. It's men and women.
Okay.
A lot of people are followers today. So you're looking for a man to lead you, right?
And he doesn't mean IG followers. He means actual people who like follow what you do, right? Okay.
You're following the trends. You're not really being your own person. But for you, I will ask you, like, when you say leadership, like, what qualities do you look for?
Wait, what are we talking about?
What qualities do you look for when a man approaches you? What is it that what happens that allows you to say, well, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this dude?
Oh, I did not be put on the spot today.
Okay, yeah.
But I guess I would say, like, confidence. Everybody knows confidence is key. Like, first of all, you have to show confidence, not too cocky. Like, for me, it's about balance. Like, I have to know that you was confident enough to approach me and let me know what's good, but not too confident to the point where you act like you running it. You get what I'm saying?
So you want it both ways, but
it's not both ways. It's a balance.
I'll ask this. So if a man says, "Hey, let's link up," that's an automatic no, right? For you?
No, it's not. Because the difference between what you said and what the meme said, when are we gonna link up? He's putting it in my ball versus saying, like you said, let's link up, because usually that's a follow-up to, okay, how? Okay,
so he taking charge with that leadership.
Right.
Basically.
It's like, you don't have to, I don't need a daddy. I don't need somebody to tell me what to do, but I need to see effort and initiative. You get what I'm saying?
So what you originally said, we're going to keep it to what you originally said. Don't try to clean it up now.
I'm not cleaning it up.
You are cleaning it up.
Okay.
Basically, what you were saying is, if a man says, let's link up automatically, or maybe it was Sierra. Maybe I'm misremembering, but if a man says let's link up, it's basically showing that man lacks confidence and that he's not a leader, right? Because you're not.
Is that what y'all heard me say?
On the IG post.
No.
We talking about on the IG post.
No, that's
on
not.
the IG, you was saying like he don't care. Basically, he not putting in no effort. He not trying. Is that what you trying to say?
No. Read it one more time.
Yeah, because
I never read.
It's two different. It was two different perspectives, so I want to make sure I'm getting yours right.
So what I said was, no. My response was no initiative. These little boys out here pretending to be men. And I put like a thumbs down. That was my response. The initial post literally just said, he asked her. He said, I want to get to know you. Okay, you getting the ball rolling by saying I want to get to know you, right?
Right.
Mm.
I say, okay, plan something and let me know. 2 weeks pass and he says,
so you're giving him instructions, basically.
I'm reading the meme in which started this conversation.
Okay.
And that's the context. I think you're jumping outside the boat.
Okay.
We simply talking about him making the initiative saying, I want to get to know you. I say, okay, which means I'm cool with it. And
right.
I literally say, plan something and let me know. Time passed, whether that's a week or 2 weeks. And the meme, it was 2 weeks. And then he says again, when you gonna let me see you? And that's a frustration that a lot of men have. I mean, women have. It's like, y'all will put it out there and we're like, okay, I'm open, I'm good, let me know. And then it's nothing. And then y'all
agree. Fellas, stop doing that weak ass shit.
Let my boy Jerome get his word in real fast.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Jerome.
My bad. Go
I'm
ahead,
I'm gonna
flaming on
support
the
the fellas
inside.
right
Let's
now,
go.
man. I'm gonna support them. So he asked, hey, I want to get to know you, right?
Right.
She says, all right, plan something, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks later, he says, hey, when you gonna let me see you? All right, let's go back. Initially, she says, okay,
Plan something,
and then you let me know.
I put it
So
on
now
her.
it's like, all right, first of all, as me personally, I'm not gonna just throw in 100% right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? I still want to get to know you. So you're not gonna get the full me. Like, you're not gonna get everything.
Nobody's
right off the
asking
bat.
for that. I just said make a plan.
We can make a plan. We together can make a plan.
So
we
say
can, we can come up to something. But but it just sounds like, hey, she just want him to do everything. She got other dudes.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what you assuming. It's literally.
But that's what.
So
it
what is
comes
it for
off
you,
at.
Kay? What is it for you?
What do you mean?
When you say, okay, plan something?
You can come back with whatever rebuttal you want. Now, if you're Jerome, you probably come back and be like, oh, well, give me some ideas. Or, oh, well, what do you like? That's you including me. Or
Exactly.
you can come back and be like, hey, I just looked some shit up. I got some concert tickets next Friday. That's the thing. Like, just because I'm putting in your court don't mean I'm saying take the reins and fly off. I'm saying let's include each other. It's like a ping pong. I'm like, okay, what we going to do? You like, okay, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be ping pong, but I'm saying just have some initiative, have some drive, have some type of direction.
To show you,
instead of
so
just-
that he interested.
Right, like just don't leave it all the way. Like, we have to plan a date. We got to find out where we're doing it, when we're doing it. Are you available? Like, we just don't like having to do all that. Like, if you want us, you want our time, and we also want your time too. It should be
Okay,
mutual.
thank you for adding that part.
It has to be shown mutually.
Because a lot of this conversation be ego driven with women.
What do you mean?
The man gotta
The man got to do
man
this.
gotta
that.
do this. The
Come
man
on
gotta
now.
do that.
It got to be mutual. He already made the initiative.
And
to
look,
get the
I'll say
ball
this.
rolling.
I'll say this, fellas. That, like I said, the link up. Let's link up, and then why you won't let me see you, or so what you want to do? No, don't do that.
Come with choices. at
Come with
least.
choices, bro.
Like, give her some shit.
Hey, look,
Man,
I'm hitting up such and such. I'm about to hit this bar up. Come link up with me. Come
Right.
through.
And then she can't say he didn't try. Like,
Right.
And it's see, that's all I'm saying. Y'all make it seem like I'm saying like something crazy. All I'm saying is like give us choices. At least make
Yeah.
it seem like you thought about it. And versus nothing. Then when I'm gonna see you, what our last sex? Literally, you could look at your phone and see my last sex said let me know, and you
Yeah.
said nothing. So I'm not saying like it has to be an ego thing. Like, oh, it's all on you. I'm saying just like look at what we're saying, follow that through, and make something happen. That is very basic. It's very basic
Oh, it's basic.
as fuck.
Oh.
I just feel like in the beginning,
Yeah.
everything mad mutual. We
I
doing
agree.
this. We doing this. You know, we gonna go here. You know, we can decide on something. You know, I'm not gonna give her a task and just expect her to do it or come up with something. Or I don't expect her to do that for me, because from me knowing people and seeing past situations like this, I know one of those two people had more contacts in their phone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Ooh, we not.
Wait.
We're not gonna get into
He
that.
opened the can of worms.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you mean?
When you try to put something, basically, what I'm saying, from what I've seen, my opinion, when you try to put something on one person, that means they already got other people that they're entertaining at that time.
That is completely false.
It could be, but from what I've seen,
But you can't make a blanket statement. Like,
and-
I'm one of those
yeah,
people.
that's why I said it's my opinion. But from what I've
But
seen,
your opinion shapes your actions, right? Clearly, because you're saying that in the beginning, if a female putting it all the way on you, you feel like, oh, that's because she probably got other stuff going on.
I mean, I feel like that too. Like, it should not be all on you.
It
should
ain't
be,
just-
it should be a two-way thing.
She has to show mutual interest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not finna sit here and plan out a
And then
whole
I-
date.
yeah.
Okay, you disagree with this?
But I do agree with the whole thing. You need to come you can't, like, as a man, you're supposed to come and say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Come with options.
My
definitely
favorite
believe-
word
It's just
is
a matter of
reciprocity.
personality, though.
I
Like,
think it is. Because there's some women who will
'cause-
be like, say something different. I can only speak on me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I get your point, but I think it's a very gross assumption to feel like because a woman wants you to plan something completely, that means that she got other options. Like, to me, if I got other options, I'm gonna limit you. I'm gonna be like, okay, I can see you on this day at this time. If that don't work, then deuces.
That's what she gonna do when you
is
come up
that
with
how
that
you
plan.
did, dude?
Yeah.
Don't do that. We ain't talk about me.
Okay. Yeah,
ain't talking about me.
All right.
But yeah, so I think it's interesting though. Like, okay, so the title of this podcast and a song that we all know is "Dying of Thirst," right? I feel like on the flip side, people are afraid of looking thirsty, and that's men and women.
Oh, yeah.
So
Definitely.
maybe you want to like, oh yeah, I do want to see whatever movie, and damn, I want to invite her, but I don't want to look thirsty.
Yeah.
And
That's
I feel
true.
like that sucks. Like the fact that we can't just operate organically. Like if you want to see me, let me know. If you want to call me, call me. Like I hate that we have that fear of like looking a certain way. We just can't like be ourselves no matter. Okay, even if you are anxious about me, that's a good thing. It's not bad to be. It's like I don't know when it happened when it became a bad thing to be excited about someone.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like of course there's like boundaries and shit. You don't want to do way too much, but it's nothing wrong with being excited about somebody. Like everybody want to be wanted. If somebody wants you, it shouldn't be a thirsty, like negative connotation. It should be like something that you enjoy and that you aren't afraid to express. That's all I'm saying. Like I hate that. But we still dying of thirst.
That was Kay's weekly rant. We're not gonna go through this every week. You just be going off the
Y'all ask
fucking
me
rails
questions
every
and
week.
y'all get mad when I answer the question. Did he not give me the platform? Okay.
Gave you the
Did you
platform.
not ask me about?
No. I just want you to highlight that part. Given the
I
platform.
took the platform.
Okay. Ooh.
All right.
You're right.
Okay.
All right. But basically the main question that I want to touch on today is, are we attention deprived? And you kind of spoke on a little bit. I think yes, everybody in this sense, we all want attention. I think part of the reason why in today's society that we crave attention so much is if you look at just like early childhood development, you look at the fact that all the parents are basically out of the homes. Everybody's working. There's really no mother who stay at home no more.
Come on, psychiatry.
There's really no father who stays at home, and the child is like they're needing and wanting that attention from their child, from their parents.
Okay.
And in America, you have 12 unpaid weeks of maternity leave.
Okay.
Science shows that you need about anywhere from like 30 to 40 weeks with your mother in order to make that connection and not feel. They show that over in France they get, I want to say it's 40 paid weeks leave and like 120 unpaid.
So are you saying Americans don't bond with their children?
They don't.
Okay.
That's a fact.
How
That's
does
not
that
even
play in the dying of thirst?
So with that craving of attention, you look at just in general, our society in general, everybody wants to be seen. Everybody want to be on Instagram. Everybody want to be famous.
Yeah.
I don't. Go ahead.
Everybody except K wants to be famous.
I don't wanna be
Everybody
famous
except
either, yeah.
K want attention. And it's like, part of that is that portion where we have, you have neglect. Basically, people feel neglected at home. And that works on a subconscious level. But also, you have, particularly, we're black. So we have the lack of respect from, law. And I don't. Basically, you have a government that doesn't really want to pay attention to your needs and your struggle.
So are you saying I'm posting my booty on Instagram because the law don't like me?
No, it's not just that. We're talking about just on a grand scheme. We're not just talking about, on relationships. But if you're looking at it from just a basic standpoint of people craving attention, yes, you're posting your ass to get attention.
Yeah. You
You want to feel value because your mother didn't value. You want to feel. Then a lot of the fathers aren't there. So it's like we're looking for outside sources to give us the value that we want to see in ourselves. That validation. So, part of it is that, but, I'm going to let y'all elaborate a little bit, if you feel like, are we attention deprived at all? Like, do y'all feel like that?
I will let our newest family member answer that question first.
Cool. See, I feel like attention can be taken away from us, definitely, but I feel like it's always replaced, whether it's positive attention or negative attention. I also feel like we're going to get attention regardless of the fact. Like, we're going to get it. But I think we're self-deprived more than anything. Like, we don't show ourselves attention.
Speak on that.
Because you could get 10,000 likes, everybody trying to take you out on dates and treat you right and all of that good stuff, but none of that stuff really matters until you actually show yourself attention. So I feel like we just deprive ourselves from that. But I think as far as attention coming out from the outside world, I think you're gonna get it regardless.
You think so?
Whether you join a gang, whether you go to church, you know what I'm saying?
But what if you don't?
Something's gonna replace that. Something is always gonna replace that. But I think it always comes back to you. How much you're giving yourself. How are you giving? Are you showing yourself attention? And I think that's what it comes down to. So attention deprived, yeah, to a certain extent, but I think we more self-deprived more than anything.
All right, see, Rich.
I mean, attention is like, it's a huge thing in this generation. Like, everybody want attention. Everybody. Even if you say you don't want the attention, you do.
Is it a bad thing to want it?
I mean, it's not, depending on what kind of attention. Is it good attention or bad? Like Jerome was saying, negative or positive attention. Mm-hmm. I would want positive attention, but I wouldn't want anything bad, but nowadays people go for any attention, anything that's going to, get people to talk to them, get people to notice them.
So you think we are dying of thirst as a society?
Yeah, we are. And it's like, people are so consumed in other people's lives. Mm-hmm. People like seek for attention. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like, that's like Instagram and Snapchat, Twitter, everything. Like, that's nothing but attention. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
You getting people to look at what you doing. Like, that's all it. I want people to see me do this. That's all it is. So yes, we're very attention deprived.
Okay.
I agree with everything that was said, especially what Jerome said. I think what he essentially was saying was self-love is the best love. We seek and love from everybody else, even if it's not that deep type of love. It's still love on some level. And you see famous people, look at like Whitney Houston, people who were quote-unquote loved by everybody, but it didn't start with them. Like, on the inside, they still had that void because they hadn't dealt with their own issues. So I definitely agree with what Jerome had to say. And with C. Rich also, like, I was gonna write this op-ed. It's so funny about Facebook because people are always saying how, like, oh, I don't need anybody else, be against the world. Like, everybody always has these like
for attention.
But why you post it exactly?
Right. But everybody stay on Facebook, be sleep deprived because they on Facebook and Snapchat. So it's like, are you really like fuck the world?
Snapchat,
it's just me,
pussy.
or you really want to? It's like, to me, Facebook is the ultimate representation that we all want to be connected in some way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I think, yes, we are. I don't know if we dying of thirst, but I think some of us are very thirsty, and I think some of us are dying because we don't know how to fill that void within ourselves.
And we'll do anything to get that attention.
Right. And it's so sad because, like C. Rich mentioned, with the different social platforms that we have now, it's like not true love. It's not true attention. It's like just instant gratification.
Yes.
But it's just you scrolling down your phone when someone just double tapping on your pic.
And when they like it make you feel some kind of way about what you're doing. You might not even care about it.
It releases the same receptors, the dopamine in the brain when you get a like. This is scientifically proven.
Okay.
That's off the top.
Okay.
Yeah, family, I really do this. I'm really a doctor. Nah, but for real, like it releases dopamine in the brain, so you get the same rush that you would from a drug.
Right. You feel that appreciation.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
Social media is addictive.
Right. I mean, for me personally, I'm not really big on social platforms. I started to become more active because of this platform and wanting to reach out to you guys, and you guys reach out to us. But
Same here.
I don't know. I'd rather have that real thing. Like,
Right.
I'd rather have somebody that, I don't know, want to like just be with me and just like show me that they appreciate me, whether that's a friend or a loved one. Like, I want that something I can feel. You can keep your double taps and your likes. Like, I'd rather have what's real, but that's just me.
Right. And I mean, it comes down to intention too, because some people, they can look at what we're doing and say we looking for attention. We hypocrites.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like with our platform and what we trying to do,
But are we?
Are we?
Looking
I mean,
for
with our intent is to help uplift people. So our attention is positive attention.
Yeah.
You want to be able to spread a message that's positive to the people. We joke and have fun, but we try to touch on things that are serious too. But, when it comes to, attention that is positive versus negative, I feel like we've gotten to a place in society where it really isn't, there's really no boundary of what's positive and negative.
Really?
Donald Trump is president.
Fuck
He
him.
won it off of
Let's-
negative attention.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he's
That's
done
true.
nothing but negative
But I don't
things.
think that blurs the line. That we know what's negative attention. It's just attention.
But
It's
do
all
we?
energy. You get what I'm saying? I think what
Yeah,
you're saying, like
positive and negative is on the
right,
same
you're still
plane.
giving somebody energy. So whether it's good or bad, but I think that's what does that have to do with like attention though? Like I get energy, but in reference to like attention, you know what I mean? Like he made the point like, okay, are we hypocrites because we may be seeking attention? Are we seeking attention? Is that
In
what we're
some
doing?
aspects, yeah, we
Well,
are.
I think we're more so drawing attention to our concerns. You get what I'm saying? Maybe that still is seeking attention. What you
Yeah.
guys think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Attention is used for like everything. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a taxi. You don't even think twice about it. You know, I'm just using that as an example, but you're waving.
Niggas get taxis in 2017. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I can actually. Had a friend. Nah, but like you waving, you doing all of that, the hand motions and stuff. But there's a goal at the end. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to get the taxi so you could rob him, but you're trying to get the taxi so you could use his service.
Yeah,
So
so you get
it's a
somewhere.
positive attention that you're trying to see. You know what I'm saying?
So attention is cool as long as your intention is
It's all in the
good.
intent.
Yeah.
Okay, I can rock with that.
Okay, you can
But-
smoke that.
But like you was saying though, that whole thing about you said it kind of borderlines the positive and negative attention.
Yeah,
I could kind of agree to that because like if we look at the world that we live in now, like it's not cool if you only got like 75 followers and 1,000 you following 1,000 people.
Oh, I know.
thank
about
God
that.
I'm
I
no
know
longer
you
at
about
that
that.
level. Go ahead.
So in a perfect world, that shouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't
Right,
even matter
right,
at all.
Should
but
not matter that I only have 150 followers. Go ahead.
Y'all please
right
go
there- I'm right
at
there with you.
Kforia at C Rich Productions _
get them followers up
at is it at Row?
at Row is.
Can you spell that for the people? Because nobody
All right,
knows
so
how
I'm
to
gonna
spell
spell
that.
it for y'all, man. It's REAUXIS_. Shit.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that. But yo, so I feel like we get in this like a pond of negative attention. Like so it becomes normal to think like this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm
Becomes a
saying?
norm, yeah.
So
Right.
if you don't, so it kind of flips. So when you do have positive attention or you are trying to seek positive things, it becomes like you're outcasted. Like you're
exactly.
like
Okay.
that's negative.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And then it flips. Like you have to have 5,000, 6,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? And the ratio gotta be a good ratio. When in all actuality, like none of that shit really matters. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather have 500 followers who actually follow and pay attention than
That's right, yeah.
5,000 who just there just to be there because everybody else was there.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. People really like, I've noticed, and y'all see like my followers or whatever, it's like 4,000.
Yeah.
But
I
really,
didn't know you had that many, but okay.
but really it's like, but really it's more so like people saw other people were following, so they decided
They're
to follow.
literally-
Exactly.
They're literally followers. Like they don't say anything in the comments.
It's
They
not about
don't.
you.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a
just
wave.
because everybody was on it, so they
Right.
jumped on it. But I mean, that's part of. I mean, that's just the human condition. Like some things we have to accept are generalities and just the human family. Like that's one of them. People are generally followers. That's why you have leaders. You're gonna have very few in between. People want to be led somewhere. So I mean, is it a bad thing? Like, is it bad that people are followers in a sense?
No,
as opposed to everybody being leaders.
And maybe in some ways that I can lead, in other ways you can follow. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa. Like you can lead me in certain aspects of life that I can't. Like maybe spiritually you have like resources or like references for me and I don't really have a reference point, so you can lead me in that way. And maybe like financially, like I'm good at like my money, so I can lead you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I think everything is about, reciprocity and exchange.
Right.
Exchange of resources, exchange of ideas, exchange of everything that we have. I mean, because really, if you keep it all to yourself, why are you here? Right?
Right.
So,
True.
Duality. That's why you got the African family. They used to have the concept of the feminine and the masculine. Like there's a balance there. Every man has a feminine side to him. Every man has a masculine
Y'all want to
side.
speak on y'all feminine side?
We don't, but
Okay.
we want to talk about the fact that that's there. And so basically, I mean, what happens with that, we've been taught now, like the new age of what we've been taught over the last, I would say, 5 centuries or so. We've been taught that
Jesus.
the man, what?
I thought you were going to say 5 years.
Why did you say Jesus? Can we speak on that? Nah.
I thought you were going to say 5 years. You said centuries. I'm like, oh.
Nah, it's really just this thing where we have it in our minds that every man should be masculine, every man should be, you know, a certain template. And when you don't meet that template in society, you're automatically going to feel like you're lesser
this is
than.
good.
You're automatically going to feel like you're devalued.
Okay,
Do
the
you
same
think
thing
it's-
for women. What happened, Jerome?
Yeah, every woman feels like they have to be, you know, they've been taught like
A
the
certain
European
template, yeah.
template.
You think it's flipping now though in this generation?
I feel
I
like
do too.
it's
like
slightly-
dudes becoming a little bit
and
too
that's
feminine,
and we're gonna talk on that too.
and the women becoming too masculine.
True, I agree. And part of that is because of the family structure and the way that it
In
is
this order.
now. Right.
Wait, you're saying a man may be a certain type of quote unquote too feminine because of his family structure?
Absolutely.
Over the years.
Over the years, absolutely.
All right.
Do you want me to expound upon that? I can.
Nope.
So look,
Hold on. So are you saying family structure as in that man was raised by a woman?
Right.
So you feel like he's
Straight
more
to the
feminine because of that?
So look, we gonna look at it. This is basic.
Nope. Answer C. Rich's question. Was that a yes
What?
or
What
no?
was the?
I'm
Repeat
saying,
that
so
question for me.
the structure, you're saying that a man may become man in this generation or whatever are becoming more feminine because
Yes.
of the women, or they're raised by
Yeah.
more women.
If
in
you
their
look
family.
at most women who wear it, and I would say even for myself, my mother taught me certain things like because you're a woman, you're giving the woman's perspective.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we teach our kids fairy tales like the woman telling the son, treat every girl like a queen. Treat every girl like she's special.
What does that have to do with the man being feminine?
Hear me out.
Let's go. I'm listening.
So treat every woman a certain way, above and beyond your value. We're overvaluing one group. Family, this is why we can't even get one word out.
But that's why I'm not taking. I ain't planning nothing on the first date.
You did going back to that.
We gonna
Going
plan
back to
something.
that.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna
No. But look. Let me break this down for real on the real shit.
Break.
You have men who are taught by their mothers to overvalue women, treat women with chivalry, all these other
I'm sorry.
Hold on, let him finish.
Can I-
Let him
You
finish.
didn't say
Hey.
value for my sake. Overvalue? What?
overvalue women
Just let
to
him
the
finish,
point
Kay,
of
let
putting
him
them
finish.
above themselves to where they have it in their mind. Women are outside of what he was talking about fear. A lot of men have a fear because they look at women as above them. Whereas in a situation where the mother's teaching the son, she wants the son to provide for the woman, all that, which is good. That's what you're supposed to. But you're giving your son a fictitious template of what a woman is. Like she's perfect and she can't do wrong. Then you're teaching your daughter on the flip side, you don't need a man. Be independent. Never need a man. I need you to be able to hold down a fort without nobody because likely the mother who's single, she ain't have a dude. So she's can't in family.
So
Kay
it
is
lessens
looking
the
very
man. I get what you're saying. Like it lessens the value of the man.
Yeah.
by
right.
doing
It
that. I
lessens
get
the
you.
value of the man, but not just that. It does masculate the woman a little bit.
Yeah.
And it puts
She
more
has
of a
it's
burden
hardened-
on her.
Yeah, she's hardened in her stance of in her perspective of how things are. So if she's looking at a man, she's looking at a man already saying, I don't really need you.
And then he trying to put her
And
up
he's
on his
putting her up,
pedestal,
she's
basically.
putting him down. So now we have an imbalance.
okay.
There's no balance there.
Whatsoever.
Kay, speak on that,
Facts.
please.
So I have
Okay, she has a lot to say.
ton to say about what you guys
Okay.
just said, but I have a even more important point.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with a man being feminine?
What does it have to do with a man being feminine?
Everything
So-
you just said, how does that relate to what we're talking
He's
about?
subservient to a woman.
So have you
Off
seen
rip.
a man? Have you seen a man?
And not a
And we have put stigmas on like what
and
what
stereotypes.
of what a man is
Right,
supposed
right,
to
right.
do. But
That's-
I feel like it's like our chemistry, our mental mindset. I feel like it's just certain things that without us really even thinking about it, that we know that we need to go ahead and do this.
It's innate, right?
So for me as a man, no matter where I was born in the world, I know that I have to provide for whoever I'm living with.
Okay, so pause right there. Were you raised by both the mother and father?
No, I was raised by my mother.
Who gave you the idea that you should
Well,
be a
you
provider?
have your father in your life.
But I did
right?
have my father in my life.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
a
also
little bit
had male
different.
role
Right,
models.
so answer
Right,
my
right.
question. Who gave you the idea that as a man you should be a provider? Where'd you get that from?
My father.
Like he literally told
And-
you, or you just saw him do it?
Both. And also the male role models that I had in my life. I noticed how at one, like for one of my next door neighbor, matter of fact, he was a police officer. And his wife, she had a great job, you know what I'm saying? But I noticed how he would carry all the financial responsibilities. She would mostly just like buy them clothes
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
little
But as
shit,
far as the
yeah.
house and all of that stuff, I seen how he
The
carried
major
all of that.
stuff? Okay.
You know,
She didn't have to
Same
worry
with my
about nothing.
father,
She was
yeah.
basically
he
living for
Same
free.
with mine.
like if we was going on vacation, he would give us money to go out because
Right.
you know, of course, he couldn't come every time because of his schedule being a police officer. But he would give that and say, "Hey, go out, do this, do that, whatever." So I saw that he bought her a car. You know what I'm saying? I saw that.
Okay, so you had a representation in action and in truth, and I'm telling you that that's what you should do. So I guess I'm a little bit confused as to why you say that. Okay, no, I completely get the feminization of men
Right.
in reference to.
And I'm
being-
gonna go even deeper on that in a second. And
Should
you're
you
probably
really,
not gonna
though?
like it, but it's
Should
cool.
you? So
Go
I
ahead.
get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, so you have the woman
Mm-hmm.
not with the man for whatever reason. Let's just go with the typical scenario, like
Mm-hmm.
dead be dead, right?
Yeah.
So that woman, sometimes just as a way to maintain, she may feel like she had to harden herself and she may have had this mindset initially of, oh my God, I love this man, I need this man. And then that man betrayed her. So she, in order to just be self-sufficient and care for her children and not be just crying every day, maybe she had to kind of do her own psychological switch, like, well, fuck men, you don't need men, I'm gonna get this money, right? And then
You pass that to your daughter.
right, let me finish. So I get it. I get what you're saying. That does happen because
Right.
sometimes you just gotta survive and you can't be in your feelings every day. You gotta get shit done. And then I, as a child, watching my mama go through this and probably seeing it all transpire, I get it. That comes down to me. But in reference to what you said about like men possibly being feminine because of like being raised by women, the point that you made was about fairy tales and like being told to overvalue a woman. Like, how is that feminizing a
Let
man?
me break it down even further because I was just gonna get into this. We look at a single mother.
Go too deep now.
No, I
A
like
single
that. I
mother.
like that point. I like that point.
Right. She wants
that
me
you
to
said.
kinda- yeah,
I like
yeah,
that
yeah.
point.
Basically, a boy who's looking at his mother who's single, don't have a male role model to really follow. He's gonna. We are human beings. We're gonna pick up. We're gonna pick up all the characteristics of the person that we see our parents,
Automatic,
right?
okay.
Automatically. So all you grow up with is a female, and you see your mama thirsting for attention. All right, women generally. We're not going to parse words. Women look for attention. It's more of a feminine aspect of the human family. You see your mama getting attention from niggas and getting the bills paid, right? Yes.
I don't know this life, but I'm listening. I'm listening.
You see the mother, paying. You see your mother.
Seeking
She gets
dues paying her
attention.
bills.
She gets
Okay.
dues to pay her bills based on her assets, what she look like, the attention that she get, right?
Okay.
In some cases, yes.
Right. So we have a bunch of little niggas who grew up seeing their mothers act like that.
Yeah.
They're picking up the characteristics of their mother. They're trying to get paid off attention, but the thing is, you don't have the bargaining chips. You don't have no ass to sell.
Well,
You don't have what your mother had. See, your mother, she can go to dudes and get a handout, which you was talking about handouts earlier. The mother can go and get a handout. All she got to do is look good for the most part.
I fucking
Dudes ain't got that
disagree.
bargaining chip. You can't go out into the
I-
Let
streets.
you roll. Let you-
I disagree. Go ahead.
You can't go out into the streets and get a handout based on what you look like.
some of that is true, but I thought you were going here. This is where I thought you was going.
Okay, go ahead.
A man. All right, so you got a little boy being raised by his mom, right? he looking at a woman, a female, as the provider. She feeds me, she clothes me, you know what I'm saying? She basically, and single mothers have a tendency to spoil their sons for some reason. That's a fact. That's true, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
do you want to disagree with that, Kay?
I totally agree with that.
I mean, but you know,
agree, camera woman? Okay, go ahead.
So I see that. So they grow up with this mindset like, okay, I'm with a woman. She my provider. She my provider. You know what I'm saying? I'm in her car. She pumped the gas. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my mama did. Now I will say my mama always made sure my ass got out that car and put the gas, man.
And don't. I don't want to make it seem like all single mothers. Let me.
Yeah.
Not all single mothers hold
very
that
controversial stuff. You said
I'm not.
They don't have
not all.
Gas and stuff.
I get
like,
where he was
what?
going.
Yeah,
These
it's two. They're both correct. But I'm saying,
is that the case 9 times out of 10? No. Like it's some really hard working single mothers out there that have.
There are some that really want that
raise their child like how they, like raise good men. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's some. I wouldn't say 9 out of 10, brother. Let's not lie on air.
On your perspective.
On my perspective. I'm not gonna say 9 out of 10. Let's not.
5 out of 10.
Let's say 5 out of 10. Half and half.
So my thing is, okay, if you are that male child of a single mother, no, she ain't using her ass to get her bills paid. She's a
selling pussy.
You know what?
Keep it 100.
So let's just say she's a stand-up woman. She works hard. She has an education. She's just trying to make do. It just so happens there's no man there. Let's not make her no gutter chick. Let's make her an upstanding.
Let's keep it middle.
Are you trying to say that? What about all the other men? What about like your uncles? What about like the men at your school? What about like whatever? Because y'all making it seem like if
nothing can replace your father.
Y'all making it seem like if there's no father, there aren't other representations.
Nothing.
And I get that. Nothing can replace your father. But what I'm saying is, I'm sure there are a lot of men who attest to, even if they didn't have their father playing a certain role, there was certain male energy around them, whether it was like a teacher, a counselor, your homeboy's dad. Like, that should also serve as a representation. So to say that a man that's being raised by a woman experiencing these certain things is kind of destined to be a certain way, there's other representations. And then we all know, just as a society, that a man is usually a provider. To me, I don't care what you tell your mama do. If you know that's how it should go, you have the choice to make. Either you can slide into that whole, I'm going to be a cut man because my mama took care of me, or you can be like, okay, I know as a man that's not what's supposed to happen and choose to act differently.
But that's not what's being taught. Let's be honest. That's not being taught.
And subconsciously, like, you grow up with like things that you see, and that's what you get comfortable with. If you're comfortable getting taken care of most of your life, and your mom giving you this and giving you that, you're gonna look for a woman that's gonna give you this and that, the same thing that your mom was giving you. So you're gonna be staying at her house, eating her food, not feeling like you gotta contribute to it because, my mama didn't do this, and then that's why a lot of people have problems with their girl and their mom. Because at one point the girl be like, yo, I'm not your
mama.
I'm not your mama, you know what I'm saying? And you not my son. You a grown ass man. You need to start acting like my man. So
agree.
Yeah.
I guess because there's so many different scenarios that sides can play out. I just don't want to do like a blanket assumption. Like I myself, like, it's weird because I would say I was raised by a single mom, but my dad was always.
You really though?
Yeah.
Well, as far as like an active role, I would say I was. My dad was the money. He was a figure, but he didn't really play an active role enough for me to be like, he passed stuff down to me.
So he didn't really teach you? You feel like he didn't teach you anything?
Not really. Not the way. He could have basically been an absent father.
Not the way
that a man who is physically present normally pours into his child.
We all express ourselves differently. I know what you're saying.
You can have a man in the house, but he's not fathering you. He's not teaching you those things, those lessons. He's just literally physically there. Right? And I'm saying, like, my dad was physically there, not in the physical household, but I saw him all the time.
He taught you how to survive?
He taught me how to defend me. That's one thing he did teach me.
So that's something valuable, though.
I'm not saying
let's not devalue for you.
I'm not saying he didn't teach me anything. I'm just saying the stuff that, like, normally a woman who grows up in a 2-parent household, how I probably should have been molded, I didn't really get that. I got more from my mom than my dad because he was more of a figurehead. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
And it has shaped me. I'll give it to you, but I don't agree with what's being said about, like, if I was raised that way, then I'm gonna continue to be that way. Because if you know what's right, you know what's right, and you can switch. You should
But
know
how do you find out what's right though?
If you've been raised your whole life on thinking what you've been raised with is right.
Right.
Like,
if my mama told me
you ain't
that Scientology was the way to go,
it's your mama world.
I'm gonna grow up
everything.
thinking,
Exactly.
yes, your parents' perspective
Come on now.
shape your world until
you get out the house.
you get out the house.
Right.
And then you gonna be like, damn, what my mama saying, maybe it wasn't all the way.
Right. But even then, our brain has a mechanism of defense
And you
where
change
you
it.
harden your stance when
You
people,
change it.
when
Exactly.
people.
You change it.
I mean, but you're asking
But
people
that
to
could
be
take-
extraordinary, and
And that's
everybody
over
ain't
time.
extraordinary.
You
That
don't know
takes
how
a
long
lot of
That
time.
takes time.
Well, to me, my life and what I desire and what I have and what I want to have is worth time. So I guess maybe
Right.
I am on some other stuff because to me,
Definitely.
like if I go off of how I was raised, I would think niggas ain't shit. Like every single last one of y'all, right?
Oh, wait.
Wait,
Is this not what we were just talking about?
listen.
So you grew up thinking niggas weren't shit
That's
based
not
on the
what I said.
template.
No, see how he went
Okay.
listening?
Go
what
ahead.
I said was, if I go off of how I was raised, as in, okay, I'm getting a little personal, but whatever, y'all family. My mother and father divorced each other twice, as in married each other, fuck it, divorce. Okay, let's try it again. Marry each other, fuck it, divorce. And the stuff that I saw like my parents go through, and it was literally my mom being this ride or die chick and my dad just kind of like shitting all over her over and over. Like that was my first representation of how men are. And then I saw my brothers do something similar. So like I say, our first representations, right? If I was want to be a victim to how I grew up, I could just be like, all men suck, y'all ain't shit, whatever. But once I got into an age where I started having my own relationships, I had the choice to either feel like all of y'all are the same, or it doesn't go that way for everybody. That was just what happened in my household, but I have the opportunity to have something different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, your shit does shape you, but you have the choice to be like, all right, I'm gonna make a different life for myself. I'm gonna be open to love and possibility of something different, or
right.
I'm gonna settle for what I saw, and that's just what it is. You have a choice. That's all I'm saying.
See, you're the perfect representation of like how it should be. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But when we look at the majority,
Right. Bruh, look, we're
Shit
four
ain't like
people.
that.
We
People
not
ain't like
we
that.
not this. We're not the average. Like you
Yeah.
have to take that into account. If I took the same story, if I take my mindset of what I grew up with, I would be a completely. I should be in jail. I should be somewhere
yeah, definitely.
in a graveyard. Like it's. You have to be extraordinary. You have to have some. For me, it was a teacher who took notice of my inkling to learn different things. I'm just naturally curious. I want to know shit. He saw what I was like that, so he started pushing me to teach me different things. And this was a man who was my teacher, right? Black dude named Mr. El Shakur, Muslim brother. Of course, speaks to a lot. But I grew up with my father. Like I stayed with my father at times, stayed with my mother. My father was more of a figurehead. He paid all the bills. He made sure he paid his household and my mama's household. We ain't never hurt for none. We was spoiled as hell. We had everything we wanted. But for me, I never felt like I got like the advice that I needed to be the man that I was supposed to
the
be.
Nurturing from a father.
And no. I'll even say this. I'll go as far as to say my father was more nurturing than my mother was, in a sense. But he didn't teach me a lot. My father was a mason. He's a smart dude. He's an architect. He didn't teach me really a whole lot that I can take into the real world. He just gave me, financial backing. He made sure I was straight, whether I was trying to go to college or... Matter of fact, he kind of put me like in a place where you're going to have to sink or swim. Like, I'm not going to teach you everything I knew growing up. You on your own now. You 17, you on your own.
What? Why wouldn't he teach you? Well, okay, never mind. It's another podcast.
Right.
So, I mean,
But
it all comes down to choices, though, right?
Right. So I made a choice, not even necessarily made a choice. Somebody took hold of me and made sure I was going on the right path. So in saying that, and I'll take it back to Mr. El Shakur, like there wasn't a whole lot of male teachers that I remember. That was one of them coming up in school. Like, can y'all really remember any male teachers?
Yeah.
You had one?
Got one prominent one. His name is Mr. Ford.
Mr. Ford.
Mr. Ford.
Is it Caucasian?
No,
Oh,
African American. Middle school, Decatur, Georgia.
Okay.
Thole Middle.
okay.
I just really remember a lot of times, because at this time in my life, I was living with my mother, and my dad was out the picture because of my mom. You know what I'm saying? First of all, they had their situation going on and whatnot, So therefore, because of what they had going, they had to be separated. Did my dad try to come back into my life? Of course, but because of what was going on between him and my mom, she wasn't really allowing that to happen. So eventually, you keep trying, you're gonna be like, damn, there's nothing I can do. F it.
Right.
So he was going for it. So I had a lot of resentment towards my dad growing up. So I used to be angry. You know, come to school upset, acting out a little bit. But he took that opportunity and he spoke into my life. Like he would literally, I would be going to band and he'd be like, yo, come stay with me after class and like, let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And it's been plenty of times I used to cry in his classroom and he would hug me and he would tell me his story, him growing up without his father. And now he's the father, so he knows he had 2 girls, I believe. So now he knows what it means, what it's like to be a father. So he told me, he put that stuff in me at a young age.
That's great.
Yeah, I appreciate
That's why reaching back is so important. Like, we all know what voids we grew up with. And that's why I kind of found, like, for me, when I see younger girls or even someone my age that just seems to be like not know what I know, not even on a deep level, but I just feel like if I have something I can help you with, why not? And for that gentleman, Mr. Ford, when Jerome, like, he saw something in him, you know what I mean? And he reached back and, you know, basically circling back to what this podcast is about, dying of thirst. The thirst that we have is to fill these voids at the end of the day, right?
Definitely.
Right.
No matter what that void is. And I feel like if we take it upon ourselves to look out for each other and fill those voids, whether it's emotionally, mentally, whatever it is, then we won't be dying of thirst. But of course, it's not going to happen, except maybe in our own circles, you know. So it's just an interesting topic. But I hope it helps you guys to think about how you can maybe help fill your own voids, the people who you love and care about, how you can help them. That's
Absolutely.
all I got. So, C-Rich, since it's your generation, y'all like these mumble rappers, these beaded wearing
I don't like the mumble rappers. You
Tell
feel
us
me?
about what happened with Joe Budden and Lil Boat.
Okay,
Lil
so
Yachty.
basically what I'm getting from this, I guess this intervention between Joe Budden and
intervention,
Yachty
bro.
from Twitter.
Okay.
Basically, it seems like Twitter is taking Yachty's side. And
Really?
Basically,
I
that's
thought they was on Budden's side.
Oh, hell no. Because everybody making it seem like Joe Budden is being a hater. He's hating on Lil Yachty, trying to take his spotlight and his shine for what he got going on. And, you know, from what I got from the watching the video, I felt the same way. Like, I was like, he was really grilling him about, you know, how he feels about himself and the kind of music that he puts out.
Right.
I mean, if Sean like feels kind of way, I know you're a Joe Budden fan. You know, I don't.
Why you putting it on?
I don't really fuck with that guy. You know, I really didn't know too much about his music and you
Joe
know.
Budden?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'm not a
do
fan
you
of
really,
him. I'm not a
You
fan.
don't really fuck with Joe Budden.
But besides like Bump It Up, you know, that's all I know.
It's
Pump it up. See,
you
You see what I'm
know?
saying? I don't even know. I don't know.
disrespect.
I don't know the man.
Oh, like beef it up. I see what you did there. Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Jerome?
New York.
I see 2 different sides to it. I kind of like Joe Budden kind of saying stuff like a lot of people want to say about, you know, a lot of these rappers in this
A
generation.
lot of the old heads.
It ain't just old heads, because I say it too.
Yeah. So I respect it. I feel like he's being genuine about it. Like, I feel like he really feel like, okay, some of the shit that he's saying is bullshit. Just first of all, you gotta remember this man been in the game a little bit longer than him. He kind of
Has he?
Yes.
Joe Budden has been around since
We can
early
do homework.
2000s,
We can
maybe like
homework every show.
2001,
Cause I ain't Joe Budden.
2002.
That's like I said. All I know
He
is
was getting
Pump
on
It Up,
when
whatever
G
the hell
Unit
it
was
is.
popping.
He's
Yeah,
one of the
he
most
was.
highly respected lyricists in the game. Go ahead.
Yes, and see that's the
Where
thing.
I
You
been
don't
at?
know. You don't.
Where I
Where
been
have
at?
you
I'm
been?
fucking rock. That's where you've been.
What year were you born?
96.
I'm sorry, Jerome, what you
96.
Okay, so you was like 5.
So I mean, like he passionate about it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like from his generation of what hip hop was, and then looking down to what it is now, like he mad passionate about it. So I respect it, but I also see Lil Yachty, you know what I'm saying? It's a new era. Like, music always changes, you know what I'm saying? He made bubblegum rap or whatever it's called. So I mean, that's his interpretation of
Damn.
music.
Right.
Nobody can fault him for that.
Right.
You know
He
what I'm
grew up in the era where Soulja Boy was popping and Snap Rap was in, and you had all the dances and shit. Like, yeah, that's what they call it, right? At that time, it was like Snap Rap.
I ain't never heard of that one.
Yeah, like remember when everybody had the dances, everybody was snapping and
beats with it.
D4L, all that shit. He grew up in that area. So, I mean, can you really blame him? But I mean, in a sense, we gotta like. There's one thing that I don't like is that we kind of take this stance where just because something was, came before you or came even before you were born, you're not supposed to take heed to that, or you're not supposed to do any type of research in something that you're passionate about. So I'm looking at it like, man, I grew up, my parents played, and maybe it's a matter of like parenting, but like I grew up, it might be your parents' fault. Because I grew up and I was listening to the Isley Brothers. I know all the shit from the 60s, 70s, 80s to the point where I went and did my own research. I learned about Curtis Mayfield on my own. My pops wasn't playing that. My pops wasn't playing the Delphonics and all that shit. My problem with this era of rap,
you feel like we ain't got no respect for the
they don't have respect for the craft. Like there's no, it's not even a craft no more because everybody can get a mic, right? And I don't have a problem with that. Everybody should be able to follow their dreams to the fullest extent. I don't have no problem with that. Okay. But they've made it to the point where you don't even need talent. It's not even a talent thing. It's a matter of the best producers are going to get you put on. You right.
But okay, to touch back on that, I feel like a lot of people in my generation are like that because we didn't live during that time. Like we don't feel that music. We don't really know. Like a lot of our parents are younger. Mm-hmm. Like my mom, she not even touched her 50s yet, not even close. Right. So I'm not used to that. I didn't grow up on all that old ass. I mean, let me not.
There we go with
older
the
music. All the older music. No, I love it. I listen to it now. I mean, like, yeah,
but Joe Budden would just pop up right now.
But it's not like now. I mean, I don't have no kind of relationship with it
because you don't have a emotional connection to the music.
That's just like not to step outside what we talking about, but just like the Jordan era versus now. People that grew up in the Jordan era have a love for Michael Jordan.
Right.
That like I'd be like he was really that great, but growing up with LeBron, I'm like fuck Jordan.
He ain't even fucking with. He
not fucking with. Fuck Jordan.
In my opinion,
I quit. I'm walking away.
And BAKTalk Sports, like I said,
coming soon.
We're gonna say that for
LeBron is the GOAT, better than Jordan.
He's not better than Jordan in no way,
baby.
Wait, so are you trying to say that? Did he say the Giants?
New York Giants, baby.
Okay, Drew. This episode one for you. It could be the last one too. So wait. So are you relating that to? You're saying Lil Yachty doesn't have like a reverence to like what happened before him. Like he gets to be happy-go-lucky and not care about it.
It's not that. It's just he didn't grow up, so he don't have no feelings or emotional attachments to that.
Why does it
like
have to be that deep? Why you can't just
because it's like but you didn't grow up listening to that. If you didn't grow up listening to it, then you're not gonna really.
So you don't want to strive to be the best at your craft.
Exactly.
But also look where they both come from though.
What?
Come from Atlanta.
North, South.
That too. That is true.
Different types of music. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta
I don't even agree with that. I'm not gonna let people take that stance no more. You had Scarface, one of the best lyricists to ever live. You have
my bad, bro.
Outkast.
You right.
Okay. You had all these bro. It's so many Southern lyricists
North
that came
versus Atlanta. Nah,
I
ain't gonna say No. I am gonna say
Andre 3000, one of the best rappers ever, in my opinion, top 3.
Very few came out of Atlanta. Very few. A lot of, if you listen to a lot of Georgia music, it does really kind of correlate with that
mimics
mumble,
Miami music. Let's keep it honest.
If we gonna keep it
100, y'all was fucking with Uncle Luke.
Shout out to Uncle
y'all
Luke.
was fucking with Uncle Luke and 2 Live Crew, and I don't have a problem with that because we all borrowed from each other. We was in close proximity.
And right now, everybody borrowing Atlanta sound.
But we put it on first, so it's like
we are the South, though. Come on,
we are the South. But I'm saying like everybody in the South was trying to mimic what was successful. So you had Luke. Very successful. You had at a time Master P, very successful on his own and was independent and was doing shit that nobody ever seen in the business. So, I mean, yes, you're gonna take from what's successful, and I feel like that's part of what's going on with Lil Yachty. You know what I'm saying? He looking around at everybody else making simple ass music That's
what
what's
does that
selling.
have to do with? Okay, so those, I think people saw the clips by now. But in addition to us talking about like what kind of music he makes, one of the things that Joe Budden was upset about was the business side of it. He was like, "How do you not know what kind of deal you have?" And he was like, but the other part that was stupid was he was like, "You can't be happy every day. How are you happy every day?" But I think in reference to the business side, let's not forget, Lil Yachty's what, 18, 19?
Yeah, maybe 18 or 19. So you can't expect him to be.
But on the other side of that, everybody knows historically hip hop has a history of screwing people over. If I got a record deal,
Shout out to Coach K.
Not just hip hop.
Okay, music. So
Black music. Let's not even say music.
No, white people get screwed out of their contracts too. I'm saying contractually, people just getting like nothing, like TLC.
Cadillac Records. You had, man.
Can we keep it?
Yes, but
you don't hear too many white artists.
It's not
screwed out
many
of this
white.
shit.
Yes, they get screwed out of royalties like everybody else in a sense, but it's not even on the same level.
Yeah.
You had people like Sam Cooke who was murdered because he was getting his publishing. You had people like Irv Gotti and what's the other brothers? Irv Gotti, Suge, Diddy. They were all come together.
We talking about
Right. No.
lucky rapper.
But just in the general sense of music, you have these big moguls trying to come together to create a distribution channel for black music, and
Lil Yachty has nothing
they got
on
hit
any
with
of
Fed
that.
charges. So I'm saying it's not even on the same level when it comes in disparity of like white artists and white businessmen in music versus black artists and black
I
business
said the
people.
music industry. I'm saying them all.
I understand,
My
but
point is, like, I feel like I understood Joe Budden's passion because Joe Budden is a vet in the industry. Maybe that's why he didn't get it. He looked at him like this is old ass dude on the show.
Damn
But
right.
I think if you apply context, which is what we have because we know him from Slaughterhouse, like he's a
Mood
lyricist.
music.
He's a vet in the game. He literally has like a passion and like a thirst for like the craft. You get what I'm saying?
C-Riz is turning his face up. He don't even understand it.
Yeah, he is
Look,
okay.
let me explain it to you. Basically, Joe Buttons came up at a time in the early 2000s where it was all gangster rap. It was all like G Unit. Everybody was on the wave of just talking tough. Because that kind of carried over from the late 90s.
Right.
Everybody was talking tough and shit. And Joe Buttons, yeah, he had a little bit, but he was one of the first people who were really doing like punchline raps.
And he hates Pump It Up, for the record. He
Right.
hates that record.
That's not even representative of his music.
At all. He
Yeah,
hates
Mood
it.
Music.
I'm glad it's not.
Mood Music was a series where he was basically pouring his soul on every record on a mixtape, 17, 20 songs long, just talking like Drake do now. Everything was introspective. Everything was what you wouldn't hear from somebody who claimed to be from the streets.
Right.
Talking about his failures in relationships, talking about his drug addictions, everything. He was talking about like kind of like Eminem does, but not in a goofy way. He was dead serious. It wasn't no play.
Cerebral, yeah.
Right.
Hey, do you feel like with Joe Budden, do you feel like him being a part of that love and hip hop bullshit kind of fucked his image up?
No, not at all.
Not for those who knew who he was.
Yeah,
But if
he
you
was
didn't know
he
who
was
he
doing that
was-
before Loving Hip Hop. Loving Hip Hop it's maybe not in a direct way, but it is a result of Joe Budden TV, where he was vlogging in the mid 2000s. He was showing everybody his everyday life with his girl, showing them arguments. He was having arguments with his girl on camera. They damn near got in a fight and won. He's been doing this. Like, he's one of the people who are one of those unspoken people who, I guess we call them unspoken pillars, or you know what I'm saying, like somebody who we don't really talk about much, but has done so much in the game. Like,
Shaped the game.
he shaped the game
But
in a
I think
way.
that's a perfect point, though. So you knew about that, right?
Right.
So when you see Joe Budden, you have all that context.
Right, I have all that context.
When
Absolutely.
he sees
See,
him,
I
it's
ain't-
this
I don't
old
know.
clown from Loving
Yeah.
Hip Hop.
I ain't see that
who
shit.
did all kind of reckless stuff, and now he gonna talk about somebody who you know on the radio and just blast him.
Right.
So I get it. Like, that's a perfect contrast. Like, we're looking at the situation two different ways, and then me not really being a fan of Yachty and not knowing all of Joe Budden's catalog, but knowing what he's capable of. I understood both sides. I get Lil Yachty, like, let me have fun, let me make this money, bro. Like, calm the fuck down. But I also get Joe Budden. It's like, no, do you know how
Have
precious?
respect.
Do you know how huge this is? Do you know how much of an impact he wants him to take advantage of what he has and be on his business? So I get both sides.
And that even draws it back to what we were originally talking about, like the context behind it. Joe Budden, like, you talking about somebody who really cared about the craft, studied the craft, versus somebody who didn't. You can see the difference in the two. You have Lil Yachty. If you look at it, most of the young rappers who are getting it right now,
Yeah.
J. Cole, he know all about, bruh, he shouted out Cannabis. Like, you probably don't even know who Cannabis is. So it's like,
French right now.
no, I don't want to put you on the spot. It's just like Kendrick, ultimate respect from the past. He talk about it all the time. He love, the old hip hop. All the Logic, as much as I'm not a big Logic fan. Jerome can speak to that.
Logic is a beast.
Yeah, Logic. And one thing I can say about Logic, even if I don't like his music that much, it's okay. Like he's okay, but he has respect for the craft. I can tell that because of the way that he goes about his craft.
Have respect for the craft?
Yes,
I think you do. Yes,
definitely. It's a culture. Like hip hop music is a culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, all right, it's kind of like us going to school. All right, we all go to an all black school, HBCU. We go there and we see all these names that were before us. You know what I'm saying? So you go to Morehouse, see Martin Luther King. You may not even have read anything about Martin Luther King before going there, but you're gonna know the things that he stood for. You're going to understand that, hey, he went here and this is the impact that he did after he left here, after he graduated. So you're going to understand that, okay, prior to that and me getting into the same culture that he was in, I'm going to respect him and understand that, hey, I might have to live up to these certain circumstances.
I don't think everybody would come in with that mindset. I think that's great. I think that's what should happen.
It should.
But I bet you half the dudes that go to Morehouse don't even know who their people before them that made a change in the community are.
I don't think so. I think culturally, when you go to some of these institutions like Morehouse, they're gonna make sure you leave there.
They make sure,
knowing, and that's one of the things.
And that's what they should do. That's
right in hip hop. You gotta have people leave.
I don't know, y'all. I think we passed that.
I think even Jay-Z said it. You need gatekeepers, and I'm not one for people who guard the door and make sure nobody get in, but there has to be a standard for people to come in. You can't.
But the thing is, anybody can do it. That's why.
But can anybody do it? Because honestly, the talent it's not even really there.
It's not. But that's what I'm saying. Anybody can do that.
But why?
Anybody can rap. This is what's popular, man. If the beat sound good,
all right.
I don't know. So I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. I mean, like I said, I see both viewpoints, but I get what Jerome's saying. You need to respect this if you're gonna come F with this, but we know that's not what happens. People take from it, borrow from it, steal from it, shit on it all the time. They just there for whatever they want to be there for. They don't care about what you feel like.
Just trying to get them dollar signs. That's it.
Right.
So you can't. So that's why I don't get mad when I hear my son. Did you see him, his interview?
Yeah.
Talking about Future. I don't get mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
Who's my son?
What? Stop.
Who's my son?
Look, this is why I'm the old head of the group, and I'm the one of the. I'm in the middle, so it's
as far as age ago. Okay, somebody want to tell me who my son is?
My son was a rapper who signed with. I want to say he signed with Rough Riders, at the peak, and then he went to prison. Okay. He's from New York. He marched with.
We gonna send you the video.
Minister Farrakhan. He's one of the best. I wouldn't say he's one of the best. Let me not hype him up.
What did he do with
He's
Future,
okay.
though?
He's cool.
What happened with
He criticized Future and mumble rap, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like when you're in our generation and at the rappers that we have, a lot of those rappers that listen to people like that say stuff, they just say they hating.
You know what? In a sense, no. Let me say this. In a sense, some of it is hate.
And I feel like it is.
Yeah, some of it is hate. Because I don't. I won't even say that because look, I don't have a problem with people coming into it and you paving your own lane and you're not even doing. Look at Young Thug, right? And y'all might disagree with me, but if you look at Young Thug, he's like, nah, I really didn't really listen to a whole lot of people except Wayne. He doesn't really have a big, but he's doing something out of the norm, and I can say he's talented in a sense. He can rap, so he don't even though he doesn't have as much respect for the craft as maybe somebody like J. Cole or Kendrick. I can say that he's doing something innovative in a sense, and Kay seems to disagree.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm putting on my lip gloss.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
And I can't even criticize all the young rappers because I like some of the shit. I like Playboy Cardi shit.
What's his name?
Playboy Cardi.
In New York, I Millie Rock. That's one of my favorite songs. But look, I don't want it to turn into an old versus new. Really what it is, man, you just got to have respect for what you're going into.
Exactly.
I'm not going to jump on nobody on any platform. I've done my research even in radio, podcasting, none of it. I made sure everybody on here, I said, look, everybody go and look at this video. Take a look at this. I'm giving you precursors of what to expect and to have some level of standard behind what we do.
Right.
I don't want you to just jump on here and think that anything, you know what I mean? So you got to have
So
some.
we have respect for the game.
We have respect.
Like they should respect the game they're in.
I
Right.
mean, that's just what it is. Like in the street game, let's take it to the street level.
Oh Lord.
You take it to the
We
streets.
on the streets of BAKTalk.
You dig? I don't talk about street shit, but if you take it to the streets, like niggas who get in the game and they don't have no respect for what it is, you find a lot of them get locked, you get fucked up. Like
By
you
the
going,
OGs.
yeah.
So that's
like
what happened. Joe Budden's an OG.
He a OG.
and Lil Yachty's a little dude on the corner that didn't pay his respects, and he got checked. Perfect.
I don't
There you
even
go.
take it there though.
There you go. If we want to use that analogy, it's
ain't
the
the
same
same
thing.
Thing,
It
'cause
is.
it's a little hate going in there at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, he came at him. Like, Joe Budden did come at him.
Like, bro,
you know what I'm
was
saying?
just chilling, bro, living life, and you just
That
come
dude
with
on
that
No,
the
no,
corner
no.
was
like,
just-
Nah, but you got to
But-
remember Lil Yachty had made remarks prior to and had to
yeah,
come back.
you got to have context in it.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh.
it was stuff from beyond. You know?
Not
Yeah, I
about
know
not
what-
about Joe Budden,
Not
but he was
about,
just talking about like
Biggie.
Some
Biggie.
Biggie,
Yeah, I mean, just completely disrespectful. So it's like, okay, you don't care to listen
From
to
that
it, cool.
standpoint, I forgot
But
about that
yeah,
shit.
we
Yeah,
not with that. We not with that shit.
All right. Well, good luck, Lil Yachty.
But-
Hope you have a good career. I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna.
Okay,
like-
nah, but okay, take it back to the like attention a little bit. So fame versus success. Like, do you feel like people like Yachty and whatnot, are they trying to? Is it just about the attention, or are they trying to get the money? And can we blame them if it's just about the money?
Everybody wants success, no matter what happens once they get in the game. Because a lot of people get consumed by the fame and forget about the success. You know what I'm saying? But at the result that everybody wants, getting into the game or whatever, they want success. The thing is if are they gonna get consumed by the fame? And we see that happen a lot, you know what I'm saying? So only time can tell with Yachty, man. I feel like he in it for the success, but
Well, can we first? What's the difference between success and fame?
to me, success is that's a good one. But
Is it a direct correlation between the two?
Some might say that
I
becoming
disagree.
famous makes you successful.
But you can be famous for all the wrong reasons. So
Well, that's
True.
a whole nother thing too. But if I just want to be famous, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So our question was, does he want to be famous or does he want to be successful? He said in the interview he only in it for money. He make sure his family's straight.
so success.
But is
success is the completion of your goals, man. Fame is all the other shit that happen in between, like
true?
you know, the females. You know what I'm saying?
But it's definitely, I don't feel like it's definitely people in the game just for the perks.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I want to smoke this rapper weed.
I want to be behind the stage in the concert.
If I
I
had
was
a
gonna
nice
say something
producer,
else, but I'm gonna hold that.
If I had a nice producer and a deeper voice, I would definitely be out there in the rap game right now.
Did it cut off? Oh, it just cut off. All right. Where did we stop?
What did you say, Jerome? You said
Oh, okay.
you said you'd be a rapper?
Yeah, if I had a deeper voice, if I had a deeper voice and
wanna borrow
a
my
great
voice?
producer.
A deeper? Why you need a deeper voice?
No, it's just a
It's
voice.
just a
I don't know,
voice.
man. But I just feel like if I had a deeper voice,
You don't have that magic voice.
you gotta have a magic
You gotta have
voice.
that. You gotta
know
have
what I'm
that.
saying?
You gotta have that voice.
Kanye.
I feel
Tour coming soon. 2018 tour
I'll
coming.
be in the rap game right now.
I guess.
We be in the rap.
But I know,
Kanye
but I would have
deep
respect. I would have respect
True.
for my OG.
Because you like shit like Blue. Like,
Yeah.
how many people know
Blue
about
and
Blue?
Exile,
bruh?
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Yeah. See.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blue and Exile from the west side, from LA. Blue and Exile.
Hey,
Say
shout
it
out
10
to
times,
Jordan
I won't know who
Lucas.
it is.
Yo, I love Jordan Lucas, man. Shout out to him
Who?
too. Jordan Lucas.
Jordan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lucas
Joyner Lucas.
It's
Yeah,
Joyner
Joyner
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah, I'm
He's cool. Like he's really talented, but I'm not into his music like
Yeah.
that. It's like Eminem. Like I don't.
Oh, he like Eminem.
Nah, he not.
Fuck him.
But yeah,
You gotta go listen to him. You gotta go listen to him to kind of. Kay, what's
Yeah, what's going on? Like,
what kind of music do you listen to? Because I'll be on your Instagram, right? And I see some of the most wild music selections. Like one day it'll be Marsha Ambrosia, and
Next day
then
it's
the next
Trick.
day is Trick,
Right.
and then the next day is Monica, then the next day is
3-6 Mafia.
yeah. So it's like
I'm a multifaceted woman.
I understand.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
reflection of me. I like my gospel. I like my twerk music. I like my cerebral.
Do you have
rap.
gospel church twerk playlists?
No, but it's been plenty of times where I was playing like some twerk music, and then the next thing was Kurt Franklin, and I jammed the both. Why not? If they both speak to my spirit, why not?
You gotta get them demons out of here.
Really? No, I feel like people shouldn't be limited to one thing. I'm a woman that, depending on where you see me at, you can see me 5 different ways, and you will be convinced that's the only thing that I am. You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
But in your IG, my IG, you probably get to see, oh, wait, she's not just that. She's this too. And I think that's cool. Like, why just be one thing? That's boring.
I feel you.
True.
That's just me, though. I'm special.
Yeah, that's real.
Okay.
You asked.
No, I agree. Like, we all different. Like, if people just look at my Instagram, they may think I'm on some super conscious shit for 2 weeks, and then the next week I'm on some bullshit, and then they hear the podcast like, wait, this nigga, what is this nigga on? Like, it should, it's good to be versatile, man.
The rainbow has how many colors?
I'm not sure. Why would you even? What's?
We can come in different forms. We can have different colors. It doesn't have to just be one thing. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Speaking of coming in different colors and shit. Huh? You tired?
You such an ass.
Nah. Can we talk about Drake?
Oh Lord, I'm tired of him. What about him?
Why we always gotta put that man on the show, man? Like,
I mean,
maybe for a C-Rich, we should leave him out of this show.
Look, I enjoy Drake's music.
I don't.
Drake,
you didn't like More Life, bro?
Drake can set the mood. What you mean?
Nah, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been a Drake hater, but
That's
Oh,
right.
he admitted it. Yes, Drew.
I've been a Drake hater,
Man,
but
say no bullshit. Go ahead.
nah, he been dropping some stuff.
He been dropping some heat,
and I'm just like,
because he
lost another one.
Context. He's Caribbean. You from Caribbean, or your family is?
Is Drake?
family
But
Jamaican.
is Drake from there?
No, he
Nah.
didn't.
But why?
Appropriates their culture. Go ahead.
But like the beats
see
that
the
he
look on his-
uses, you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
get the hell out of here. He
Definitely.
ain't even from there.
That pop style. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? Pop style?
Isn't it called pop style?
Are you talking about the song Pop Style
Yeah.
with Kanye
No.
and Jay-Z?
No. Go ahead, Drew.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I'm talking about Drake. He has a song called Pop Style. But go ahead.
Yeah, he has a song called Pop Style with, isn't it with Jay-Z and
There's nobody on that song.
Kanye? Yes.
No.
Don't make me pull out my phone.
No, I was just saying I'm starting to get on his way.
Man, come on, Joe. Don't do that, man.
I ain't gonna say he the best rapper, but you gotta appreciate this man's accomplishment.
He's
Yeah.
been relevant for like 10 years.
Right, man.
You gotta give him something.
No.
One of the
for that.
best bands hip hop has ever seen.
What did he ever
Bands.
do to you?
One of the best bands hip hop has ever seen.
What are you talking about?
He's not a band.
He's a band. Drake is a band.
Okay.
He is.
This nigga got
He
he got multi writers. How is it? He ain't no solo act. He got writers, nigga.
Okay. I got you. You right on that.
This nigga is-
You right on that.
The
See, Rich,
Beatles.
what did Drake ever do to you?
He ain't do
I thought we
nothing.
talked
I
about
just
this
don't.
already.
He just don't rock.
I really just don't wanna speak on his
body
music.
language changed when we started talking about Drake.
I just don't want
That's
to
how I
speak
feel
on.
about LeBron, but it is what it is.
Oh.
Man, we not even gonna go there, man. But
BAKTalk Sports coming soon.
we just don't need to speak on him. Ain't no reason. What was gonna say about him? Shit. Ain't shit going on with him.
All we can say about Drake is
Nothing.
condom. The
What?
end.
What?
He just needs to use condoms, and he wouldn't be in the shit that he's in.
What shit is he in?
I don't want to talk about it.
That's right, Kay. Say
Oh,
more.
you shutting down the Drake?
His alleged baby mamas and alleged pregnancies, like, I get it, everybody have sex, but I feel like if you have a certain level of fame and, whatever you do, what you do, but be responsible. Like, don't just be shooting up the club and porno stars and stuff.
Why are you watching that man? What he do in his bedroom?
I ain't watching nothing.
Don't
It
worry
comes
about
on
that.
my Twitter feed, and that's how I know.
Oh.
If you would keep the condom on, it wouldn't be on my Twitter feed, and that is my point.
But why is that even news though? Like, why do we
Ask
give that
society,
attention?
because he's one of the biggest acts in the world. So whatever
Yeah,
he
actor.
does,
That's what he is.
people
Damn
care
right.
about. People care because
People
he's Drake.
care.
Because he has fame.
Lots of it.
He has lots of
And
fame.
success.
And
Has a
success.
song called Successful, in case you didn't know.
And that's what people want, so people are attracted to that.
Thank you, Jero. See, Jero
Okay.
he's on my team.
I'm glad we had Jerome on today because
Me too.
it's balancing the show out.
Yes.
We're getting
I'll be 2-on-1.
it be two masculine opinions and then now we got two feminine opinions.
Oh,
No, I'm playing. That's my boy.
Damn.
Nah.
No, Jerome seems
Jerome is really balanced.
he's
though.
all man.
Oh,
He
Jerome
just
is,
sees the
Jerome is
light.
where I was like 5 years ago.
Damn.
No, wait a
Shade.
minute, God damn it.
The fucking
That's
shade.
God,
not
he
no
tried
damn
to clean it
shade.
up and give me a compliment, end up being more insulting.
Right.
That's not.
That's more insulting
No,
than you
I'm
call me a
insulted now.
bitch.
I'm
Call me
insulted
bitch.
that you
We're
insulted.
insulted that you insulted him.
I'm saying Jerome is
Yeah, clean that up. Clean that up. brother.
he's a great brother. He's a great brother.
That's what I
Yes.
was 5 years ago. Damn.
God damn, we got 5 years to catch up, Jerome.
Damn.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this
Ooh.
episode, Dying of Thirst. We do want to hear back from you guys. So like we said, we have our Talk Back segment. We'll drop the links and emails below the episode. We are on all major platforms. We are on iTunes. We're on, where else they can find it?
SoundCloud.
Twitter, IG, YouTube.
We have a YouTube page. I mean, there's no reason for you guys not to be able to access us, and we want to, know what you're thinking. So,
Hey man,
Sure.
why are we forgetting the website?
oh yeah,
Come on,
Listen.
come on.
you right. We just,
Wait, y'all got the website?
we got the website.
Dang, where I been
Yeah.
at? Where I been at, man?
Yes.
BAKTalkmedia.com,
In
man.
Yes.
BAKTalkmedia.com. That's the website.
Yes.
We got some editorials up, man. We'll be updating the
Yeah.
website.
Right,
later.
this summer we
definitely.
coming
This
with
week.
like tons of heat, y'all. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
just getting warmed up right now, but we like to know like what they want to hear from us. When we talk about stuff, what do you like? Just let us know. Shoot us the email, comment, share, tweet us. And I think that's all we got this week.
And yeah, so we're going to be doing a series on YouTube. We're going to be doing a dating roundtable.
It's gonna be crazy.
We're going to be doing a few things on YouTube, so definitely check us out. Also, C Rich, he's just getting into photography, videography.
Yeah,
He's our
little
go-to man
shooter.
on the camera
Yep.
now, as well as Brianna. C Rich, you got anything planned for the week, man? Tell people where to find you for them hits.
You want a photo shoot?
Hey man, if y'all need anything, any work, you can get at me at my IG, CRichProductions _. Also on Twitter, CRich1 _ as well.
All right, Gerald, you got anything you want to drop? Your handles?
Hey, all I gotta say is one love, man, and follow me on IG.
What's your IG?
Where at IG, sir?
What was that?
Where on IG?
Spell it out for him.
Y'all ain't gonna put it underneath.
You right. We gonna put the handle below.
Yo, because it's too much. It's mad complicated.
You right. He got a little special name. So we gonna put the link there. But we appreciate you guys listening and let us know how you feel. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.